Hey guys, so welcome to another in-between stream episode. The light is a little bit darker here. I don't have my face light turned on. I don't want to blow my eyes out. So today we're going to be continuing working on Typhus. So where were we at the end of the stream in between? So I'm doing this in between Monday and Wednesday stream. It's probably not going to be online before like after Wednesday stream, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that's the order in which things happen. So where we're at right now is that this is where we left off after Monday stream. And actually, let me start that playlist right now. I do want music. All right, so this is where we left off after Monday stream. A lot of the trims are done. The head, I haven't touched the head yet. This is going to be probably one of the last thing I'm going to work on. And this is the reference model that we have for lighting. I'm going to remind you guys that in lighting, this is the model that we're using. Model is standing like this. Light is coming from this side. So this is how we're lighting this model. However, I did notice in between the stream that I need some elements need another coat of copper, and some elements actually need copper on them. So I'm going to go in quickly and do a pass with copper. So I'm not going to be super talky in this one. What I'm going across to major things, I'm going to comments and stuff like that, but I'm not going to be super descriptive of absolutely everything. I'm basically going to listen to the music and chill out a little bit. I'm bringing you guys on a more silent paint session this time. So I hope that everybody's doing fine, that you're having an amazing week. This is one of the parts that needs copper, that doesn't have it. Oh, by the way, someone on the social media, that's actually super hilarious. Someone on social media actually raised the possibility that I photoshopped my picture of that model. By the way, if you are questioning yourself, if you are seeing this, you know full well that I do not Photoshop my pictures. The only thing that I do Photoshop in miniature pictures is the white background. Make sure that it actually is white. That's the only thing that I do. Nothing else. What else with that copper? Not much. I'm going to have a look at the reference picture. Yeah, the angle's not super good. Don't see the back of the model, basically. Okay, I'm going to get silver out. Actually, bolt gun metal, if I have it, those. Have I not took bolt gun metal out with this paint job? Oh yes, yes, it's there. Okay, so bolt gun metal is the old name of that thing. The new name is lead belcher. So I'm taking some lead belcher out.
can take your time. You can choose your words. Let me down real easy. Let me down real easy. Well, I'm doing just fine. Because
Okay.
I cry your
I'm going around the model, just making sure where I'm going and how I'm doing it. In this case here, the bolt gun metal is going to be used for small bolts and nuts. However, there's one more trim that I haven't painted that needs to be painted. Is this one here. Not sure if it at all is going to be visible, but hey, it's there, so might as well do it. I'm going to do the hose connection with lead belcher. Should I add a non-air version of that thing? It would be easier for me now.
I'ma let you speak. Let my silence reach. Babe, I'm real quiet.
This is going to require probably 2 coats because I'm using the air version.
Real quiet. I am the calm inside the storm. And I am the peace inside the war. Your confessions took their toll. But baby, I am in control. I want my lips back, my time back, my words.
Actually, give me a sec. I'm going to look if I have the non-air version because I very much don't want to paint with this. It's going to take forever. I'm relatively poor in metallic color, and I do not have the non-air version. Oh crap. Huh, I kinda don't like that now. I'm going to try to switch to a different color then. Probably Iron Breaker. I'm going to give that a try. See if I can give that to flow nicely. Because lead belcher air is not a fun thing. Let's see how Iron Breaker works. It has some yellow hues in it. But it's already a lot thicker. It is relatively dark. This should be good enough. Let's try this. There's some other parts. It's already better. Not perfect. It's better. So I'm also battling with the fact that the undercolor is green, relatively light. It's a non-negligible aspect of painting this right now. Because if you look at the back, the silver is coming a lot stronger because the back is almost black. Another trim I forgot. Turns out I forgot many trims on this model. going to require a lot of wash.
And no, we don't talk, but it hasn't quite stopped me from dreaming. We didn't get far, but I'm still hanging on to the feeling. For a moment I was special, but I should have known better.
All right.
Fall in love.
Connection seems to be good.
Still got questions, but I've learned my lesson. Love, is that enough? Oh, is that enough? Oh.
Going to do the small bolts with silver color as well. Going to need another brush on this. I'm going to monument number 1 or number 2. Where's my number 2? Oh, I guess number 1 in this case. Yeah, number 1. To have to redo this after the washes and everything. The paint is not super sticky, so I'm going to do it, but it's going to be redone after. This is the eternal problem of painting metallic over metallic, or anything over metallic for that matter. It just never sticks super nicely. small canister here. I think I'm going to do the canister bracket silver as well. Just bring some contrast in there. I think it would be interesting, because otherwise everything is gold. Not myself like a super big fan of like gold trims and that kind of things. There's a piece of trim that I forgot there. I'm going to do it pretty much right away. That piece of trim right here. Let's do the brackets. This thing. Going to be a little bit sloppy here. That's actually fine because there's going to be some wash happening on this. At least makes the canister interesting, because otherwise I found it was pretty boring. Yeah, this is better than nothing. I'm going to have a quick look at my phone there, because someone is actively trying to reach me right now. Give me just a second there.
Breathe me into the light.
All right. Sounds good. Back to business. I'm kind of happy with that piece. Let's go to the main body. So I've got many points of discomfort with this piece. There's a lot of things that are basically undefined on that model, and that I find to be disturbing, like when I'm painting. It requires more work from the painter, and that's fine. But sometimes when you look at a model and you're like, what the hell is this? Like, the model doesn't speak. It makes for strange situations. I'd rather have a model that speaks, and some part on this one don't speak. Okay. adding just a little bit of color to these bolts. It's just a nice touch. Not that the model absolutely need these bolts to be silver. I just like to bring like a small detailed touch on there. So it's funny because there's many parts on that one model here that are in the end not going to be visible. So that makes for some strange reflection. So when you're painting, you kind of have to think about the fact that, oh, that's either in the shadow or that's not going to be visible at all or whatever. It makes for a strange, very strange feeling. Like, oh, I'm painting this, but do I have to paint this? Do I want to paint this? Because the part that you're painting might not be visible, but the part that's right beside it might very well be, right? So if you're screwing up and you're destroying a part that is visible because you were painting something that you're not sure was visible, you're kind of left looking dumb. Okay, there's some more bits of nuts that need color. Mostly on the fist area.
Holding on to things just like they give me breath and give me life. They take my space, don't give me rest, and leave their trace as they manifest. Let's get lost in the solid streets, the fallen leaves.
Okay. Starting to look like it should look.
And terrible things.
There's a backpack as well. Let's look at this part here. Oh, there are some knots there. Let's do these. Very subtle. It's there, but it's very, very subtle. Not sure if it's worth it or not. I could pick these up with just highlights at the very end. The ones that are on the metal, at least. Okay. Main backpack. There definitely are some here.
Walking room to room, I see that I have nothing living left. Let's get lost in the tall streets, the fallen leaves. Forget the constants, the tangible and terrible things. Let's get lost in.
Picking up.
Let's get lost in the solid streets,
The cool thing is that this is Nurgle, so it's okay if it looks a little bit messy at some point. Like painting orcs. Orcs are not perfect. It's okay when they look messy. Left a small mold line there. Okay. What's up next? You can start working on the all the bones and growth that are coming out of this guy, because there's quite a lot there. So I'm going to be playing safe here, and I'm going to use good old Minot White. And we're going to use Minot White as a base color for these areas. This will probably require 2 coats or more. We'll see. The reason why I'm using Minot White here is that historically, like when I started painting, I used to use Minot White for all things skulls and bones. Back then, there used to be a Games Workshop color that was really close to Minot White. That color was Beach Bone. It was the one color. It was like the official let's paint bones recipe back then. So and it covers nicely, so there's many parts here that are not going to be visible. As a matter of fact, the sculpt is not complete. The sculpt itself is not complete. Not everything on the sculpt is actually visible. Is there any growth on this part here? Nope. No growth. There definitely are here. Now this is where the challenge actually starts, because these need to be great and believable because they're all over the model. So I'm trying to be extremely careful here, because the other thing is they were coming through the armor, right? And the armor was airbrush, so fixing any problems at that stage would be very complicated. So I'm trying to be as careful as possible. Also, one of the reasons why I'm not doing that part on stream, because when I'm painting on stream I tend to be distracted. I tend to do a lot of mistakes actually. So painting these off stream allow me to go at whatever speed I want to go. And here they mix in with the metal. So yeah, need to be careful here. Need to be careful. It's easy to lose it here. Where the metal starts, where the metal stops, where the bone part starts, and where the bone part stops. These are things that like you actually need to question yourself on that model, because otherwise you're going to screw up. Probably going to need at least a second coat on that thing. All the bones actually. See, this is what I'm saying. Like the bone grows like through the metal, so you need to be careful in how you're painting that.
About the love we made, forget about the past mistakes, cause all you ever did was change, and I hate being with you, but I just cannot be alone.
So the word here is caution. Lots of stuff happening in the very short, small space, around this area. And we've got another horn towards the base here. Gosh, that thing is full of these things. Sorry for the camera angle here, I know you can't see, but I'm basically just applying color here. There's nothing special is happening there. Okay, so first part of that horn is done. The other leg has some growth as well. Same thing. Carefulness is the word here. Go too strong, you lose it. You still need to get decent coverage. Okay, there's some more right here. Actually, went crazy on that model. They really treated themselves. is there more growth. There. It's mostly no, it's mostly on the legs. Yeah. Mostly on the legs. There's this here that I'm honestly not entirely sure what I'm doing with. But they are all growths. Like, it's all horns. Just like the rest of the body. This is a strange piece. Oh, there's some bolts that I forgot here. This is definitely interesting. Okay. I'm going to do these as well. We could start by putting paint at the very base of these things so that painting it after is easier. So basically the hard thing here is get the separation correct. Also, there's big chunk of this thing that are not going to be visible. So yeah, I'm going to spend my time here getting the separation between the metal and those horns in correctly, and then I'm going to be able to be quite sloppy in painting the rest. It's definitely a very interesting model though. Probably is one of the most interesting models I've painted from G-Dub. It is an interesting model to paint.
Caught in a net, I'm helpless, but I'm loving it. And my mind can't cross this fence. Your love is something I don't get. Love is like barbed wire. I heard if I get much higher, I won't get.
I'm going to do the same type of thing on the other side. Right now it looks like nothing, but basically, as I was saying earlier, what I'm doing at the moment is that I'm basically just painting like the separation between the various parts so that I can paint this more easily after. Because the hard thing here is to not get paint over the stuff that doesn't need the paint, because it's kind of all interconnected, but yet it's not. It's a very strange feeling to paint this here.
You said that I'd be yours until the end of time. And my mind can't comprehend. Your love is something I don't get.
At the same time, as I was saying, there's a lot of that's actually not even visible when the model is assembled. So like the front here, unless I'm mistaken, is actually not visible. So I'm going to let that dry. Right now it looks horrible, and I would agree with you if you say this is horrible. But as I said, this is first coat, and we're going to let that dry. Go back on second coat for the rest of the model. Yeah, there was a spot here that I forgot. Okay. That's a very interesting model to paint.
Your times are rough, this time I see it too. All this bullshit drama, I can see right through. Everybody wants something they can't have, so they gon' put it on you.
And the second coat, and it does a charm here. It was very much required. I don't think I'm going to apply it like perfectly everywhere. Like those are horns in the end, so they are not by nature perfect.
Yeah, you can take me there. Yeah, you can take me there. I see you, and you see me too. We may be broke, but we see the truth. All this bullshit drama, I can see right through. Everybody wants something they can't have, so they gon' put it on you. Wherever you go, yeah, you can take me there. Over the ocean, I can see us there. Let's run away and be forever young. We'll catch the sun where there's no need to run. Wherever you go, yeah, you can take me there.
Okay, not too bad. Starts to be pretty uniform. Cleaning the brush because this is starting to dry pretty badly. Going to switch brush here. Going to use a G-Dub base brush.
Yeah, you can take me there.
My beat up base brush. That thing will need to be changed, replaced at some time. At some point, sorry. Starting to be pretty bad. And now we're going for much more generous application on these horns. The reason why we can do this is because we did most of the detailing work earlier. Otherwise, we would not be able to do this. It would take forever. We would basically have to start with a small brush, which we did. But a piece like this here that is so undefined is a challenge to paint. So this is going to be multiple coats because most of those horns at the moment only will have like one coat because we did the bottom with the detail brush, but the top has not been coated originally. This is not too bad, no big deal. And there's also the top part here that we need to care about. And like there's no secret here, it's just dilute your paint enough but not too much, and patience. This is a couple of coats, but once you've got these coats in, you're going to be plenty happy. It's a game of patience. Just to get a decent cover is going to be at least 2 coats. At the very least, and it might be more than that, so.
Don't be so distant, don't be so distant, so distant, distant from me. You're so close, and yet so far. So I fight it, and here we are in each other's arms. Take it back, just for one night. Take all the wrongs and pretend that we're alright. Feel the rhythm in our songs, let them entwine. 'Cause you know what you do to me. It's not fair, I don't care. Take you there, make it mine before we're out of time.
Top part. Now when we move to wash this, I'm going to be very sloppy with my wash. This is going to be fully intentional. Okay, this needs to dry a little bit. I'm going to clean my brush. Got some more message incoming. I'm going to take a second to look at these. Alright, so going to have a look back at that bigger horn here. We're going to have a very diluted third coat on it. This is a bigger one. My paint is like extremely thin right now. It's almost just water. I'm okay with imperfect coverage, but I do want something that's somewhat decent. At the back, this one needs some more work as well. Okay. As you can see, I don't know the lyrics to the songs. I just like to sing them. Okay, let's go back here. This is probably going to require a lot more paint. The way I'm feeling it right now, my coverage is not so great. Yeah, it will need more paint. Paint is quite diluted though, so it's normal that I'm not getting good coverage. And then we're painting like something pretty bright on top of something that's pretty damn dark. So that is entirely normal. I'm out of paint on the wet palette. I need to reload it. I'm not white. Alright. Diluting it just a little bit. Let that part dry a little bit. Work on the other end. Starting to get there. Now the wash here when we get there is going to tie a lot of it together. So, as I said, I'm okay with imperfect coverage as long as it doesn't look all spotty. Like it's starting to look decent now. Before that coat it looked pretty spotty, but now it's starting to look okay. Not quite done, but it's getting there. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a moment. Yeah, this needs more dry time. Now, what else do we have? We've got all the tubing that needs to happen. These, on the box art, they did a very bright purple. Do I want to do that? Bright purple? Very, very bright purple would work. Okay. So I'm going to mix some purple and some ivory together, or not white. Yeah, I'm going to use Minot White instead. This is going to tie some of the colors together. And Minot White is a little bit richer, as in there's a little bit more yellow in Minot White than what there is in Ivory. And I've got Minot White on my palette, though I need a little bit more. Okay. So, fixing this on the palette, I need a very, very bright, almost white looking purple. It's a lot of Minot White, but not that much purple actually. Okay, I've got a good mid color here. It's like a pinkish white. I'm not going to do the Nurglin with that hue. We're going to mix something different for the Nurglin. I think Nurglin deserves a little bit more attention than that. Okay, where are all of these disgusting cubes? There's one there. This might not be the good brush for this. I'm going to switch to a nicer brush. Okay, so I'm going to pick a G-Dub layer brush. Although the one I'm using now is nicer than the one I was using before. It's a new brush. And there is a need to be careful here. They did put some of these like fleshy tubes in some very strange areas. Some are really, really hard to touch with the brush. And again, my paint is so diluted that we will need multiple coats. However, I think that the mix that we're working on now is the perfect mix for this. I think it should look very well. Very nice, sorry. Yeah, that looks good. Should be good as well when it's done. It's multiple coat, as I said earlier, and that brush has a stray hair. I'm going to deal with that stray hair right now before I destroy the model. Where is it? Okay, I can't see it. When it comes back, I'm going to deal with it. Love that song so much. Like 100% sure I will have to do some error fixing around these things, because there's all these like basically this is like bowels that are covering like electrical wires and stuff like that, so it looks like a little bit funky. That's the least we can say. Yeah, there's definitely some error fixing in my future. Not too bad, but it's not perfect. I'm sad. One of my favorite songs is just over. It's funny how we get that feeling when a song we like is over. There's a feeling of sadness that comes with a song that you like being done. I'm just realizing now that the color I've mixed might be a little bit, like the value of it might be just a tad too high. Still going to pursue with what I have now and see. Oh, sorry, I just hit my microphone there. And see how it goes. Who knows? Maybe we're faced with a happy little accident. Also, this is just first coat. It definitely needs a second coat. Otherwise, it's not going to be nice. Okay, there's not that many of these trench tubes going on this guy. It's not too bad. I thought it would be worse than that. Now we do have some on that top part. Biological owl. Yeah, that top part is extremely busy. I just noticed there's some growth in the middle of it. There's a lot, like if you start looking into the fine details of that piece I have in my hand right now, there's so many details on this thing. Like this is the one thing I'm not always a fan about the newer model, is the fact that the models are so freaking busy. I mean, it's great from like details point, but sometimes when looking at these models, like I'm a little bit lost. Like, what is what, and how should XYZ be presented? Sometimes I wish for just simple model. I think that this here was one as well. I painted it a different bone color. Try to get it back, but I don't think this is going to happen. It merged nicely, so it's not too bad. But all right, let's deal with those growths that were there. Also, this is a whole bunch of details that also is not going to be visible because there's a destroyer hive that goes right on top. Some is going to show through, so still is worth it to spend a little bit of time working on that. But I wouldn't spend like 5 hours working on that one piece that I have in my hands. I think that would be an utter waste of time. Oh, the stray air! I got it. It's right there. Alright. Alright, never be afraid of, like, well, never. There are some air that if you cut, you're going to destroy your brush. But if the brush is already bothering you, then my say is just cut that air that is bothering you, and worst comes worst, you need to change that brush, which you would already have needed to do if the brush was not nice to use anyway. So I don't have any issues putting a clipper on my brushes. Like, that's not a problem. If I feel like something needs to be clipped on my brush, I will clip it. And so be it. Those small vowels are actually pretty interesting. I'm curious to see how they're going to come up. Because I painted the Nurgle, like that type of vowels, like only once before. And they were not pink. I did not do them pink. So actually, I had messed up. It was a test model, and I did a brown-looking thing, and I regretted it kind of instantly as I was doing it. So I think that purple/pink here is a lot more interesting. Yeah, I kind of like it. It looks nice. Like the color itself is pretty nice. Nice mix. Takes forever to put on though. Of how bright it is. The mix definitely works on that model. Like, obviously it's a work in progress. This is not done, but it's gonna look good. And there's a nurgling too that we need to do. However, nurgling, I think I'm going to do a different. I'm going to try to do something a bit different on him because I don't want to. So I don't want to do him green because the whole model's green. So no green. Green is off the table. I don't want to do it the exact same color as the bowels because bowels are that color, so it doesn't feel normal that the nurgling would be the exact same freaking color. And I'm not feeling the part I have in my hands right now. I personally find this looks ugly. Okay, I'm going for a third and final coat here. Oh, I don't think I redid this one earlier. Not entirely sure. It doesn't look quite as finished as the other ones. Oh, it's alright, it's alright. Cleaning the brush. Let me have a quick look at what time it is. Because I will have to stop this. Yeah, I'm going to have to stop this and actually I'm going to do this. And that's why I'm going to stop for this one session here. Quite some progress. I don't like starting a stream and not having done a little bit of work on the model before the new stream starts. Because I find it's a little bit lazy. It's fun for you guys if there's at least a little bit of progress in between, so we don't pick up quite where we left. And also, otherwise, if I don't do this, it takes forever to paint a model on stream. So. I almost destroyed the weapon here. This is like bubblegum pink. It's an interesting mix. It's a little bit like pink bubblegum color. Top part, as I said, doesn't need a lot of attention. All right, so this is where we're at the moment. Quite some progress, a lot of boring things, but these things are part of the models, and the color mixing is interesting. So this is where I'm going to stop for this session. If you've got any questions, just let me know in the comment, and I hope that you had fun. I did. It's always fun to paint models with you guys. So, alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.